The sterile scent of disinfectant, mixed with the faint undercurrent of despair as I stepped into the dimly lit hospital corridor. It was past midnight, and the silence hung heavily in the air, broken only by the distant hum of machinery. I had taken up a night shift as a nurse, drawn by the allure of extra pay but now grappling with the unsettling atmosphere that seemed to thicken with every passing moment. My rounds began in the East Wing, where room 303 awaited. The bed was neatly made, but an aura of desolation clung to the space. I remembered hearing tales of a patient who had mysteriously vanished from this room, leaving behind only a wheelchair and a hollow emptiness. As I stood there, a chilling breeze swept past me, causing the curtains to flutter as if stirred by unseen hands. An unsettling sensation crawled up my spine. Moving on, I reached room 512, tucked away in a dimly lit corner. The whispers started as a soft susurration, barely audible above the rhythmic beeping of monitors. I strained to catch the words, feeling as if they carried a weighty secret. "Help me," the voice whispered, breathless and desperate. The room grew colder, and I felt an inexplicable urge to flee. But curiosity held me in place, tethered to the haunting plea. Room 731 had a reputation, and not a good one. Staff members avoided it after dark, whispering about a shadowy figure that would occasionally be seen standing by the window. As I cautiously stepped inside, a cold breeze brushed against me, carrying with it a scent of decay. My gaze was drawn to the window, and there, shrouded in darkness, was the silhouette of a man. My heart raced as I backed away, my footsteps echoing in the empty hallway. Passing through the dimly lit morgue, I couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. The cold metal slab seemed to bear the weight of countless stories, a repository of pain and finality. I quickened my pace, the fluorescent lights flickering ominously above. A metallic clang echoed, making me stop in my tracks. I turned to find a drawer slightly ajar, a pale hand protruding from within. I blinked and the hand was gone. The morgue was as empty as it should be, yet the echo of that touch lingered on my skin. My rounds took me deeper into the hospital's belly, where the basement lay. The overhead lights were few and far between, casting long shadows that seemed to reach out like skeletal fingers. A creaking sound echoed from the depths, and I followed it to an old storage room. The door swung open, revealing shelves lined with ancient medical equipment. But it was the mirror at the far end that held my gaze. My reflection stared back, but behind it, a silhouette swayed. Panic seized me, and I slammed the door shut, the echoes of my scream mixing with the shadows. As my shift drew to a close, I couldn't shake the feeling that I had only scratched the surface of the hospital's haunting mysteries. The clock struck 3 a.m. and I rushed to the exit, the hospital seeming to breathe a sigh of relief as I stepped into the cool night air. Days turned into weeks, and the images of those hospital horrors continued to haunt my thoughts. Whispers in the white walls, gazes from empty beds, and shadows that danced just beyond my sight. They had become a part of me, lingering like a specter in the periphery of my vision. Perhaps it was the weight of those stories, the echoes of pain and fear that had seeped into the very foundation of the hospital. Or maybe it was my own mind playing tricks on me, the exhaustion and isolation conspiring to create a twisted reality. Regardless, I knew one thing for certain. Those hospital horror stories were etched into my memory, leaving a mark that time could never erase.